Okay, we're back. Very sorry about that. Yeah, my power flickered, and then solid, like, 5 minutes of Steam just not connecting. Like, not letting me connect to my goddamned account. It'll log in, like, 3 or 4 times before it finally worked. So, yeah. I'm gonna blast through the part I was already doing. Yeah, it kinda doesn't do anything to, use Rollsay's version. Ow. Ow. Very difficult to dodge. Actually, don't have enough to pacify there. This power grid cannot handle the old man? I don't think it's the power grid's fault. It has been a lot of thunder. It's slowing down a lot now. I think that might have been the worst it's gonna be. Oh hey, I can check it this time. Strange... Oh wait, I did do that. I'm gonna have to split this into 2 mods. That'll be annoying. What was I talking? Oh yeah. Get back there and then I'll keep talking about it. God, my first stream back after losing shit, like, losing my fucking mind. I get interrupted by the power going out. I guess that does imply my power might have gone out the other time, too. Just didn't run into this problem there. Yeah, I don't need to mess around over with those Titan spawn balls, whatever the hell they are. I'm pretty sure that's Gerson there. Actual stool. Blocked by a mechanism. Suspicious book. Dark Sanctuary time? Hey, new challenger, you came in just in time for me to have come back from fucking my power going out. I don't think it's gonna happen again, because there's not really any more thunder, but that was really annoying. I actually, right before stuff started going bad, I was just talking about the old, fairly niche, but people did cool stuff with it, theory that Gerson was the knight. Like, I was never really a proponent of it, just because there really was no evidence back pre-Chapter 3 of the Knight's identity, other than the, other than the red herring of making it Chris. Now on, second battle theme that plays at this point in the story. Ah. Okay, do this. Check. Shake it, and then spare it. An ancient aromancer punishes intruders with beautiful scent. So it's the incense burners. Cool. Mulligan the new dire straits the story will take from now on. Yep. Oh, and I also talked about my little bit of Jockington theory. I guess I can talk about that now. We just passed the thing. So, it says Jockington grows the beard. At 5 o'clock, the shadow grows. So says our ancestors. There's the obvious way to read that, which is things are gonna get bad in Chapter 5, and Jockington will grow a beard. He's a goner? I wasn't gonna say that. He doesn't remind me of any of the goners. We'll lock in. I was getting at that he will become his own character, because growing the beard means kind of becoming your own thing, becoming what you're known for, in terms of tropes. I think he's going to be important in Chapter 5, and, you know, the shadow grows in Chapter 5. Or at 5 o'clock, it said. That's an obvious reference to 5 o'clock shadow. Alright, this is... Dragon does misspell words a lot. He also talks weird. It's admittedly one I've not seen anyone else discuss, but this might just because I'm very... I know trope names very well. I'm sure everyone's very trope savvy. Gerson walking on fucking air up there. Plenty of Undertale and Deltarune players are very trope savvy by now, but I don't think they necessarily know tropes by name like that. Hey, old man. I'm old. He speeds up like a bat out of hell. Trope savvy yourself? I think a lot of people are who are like media literate nowadays. But that doesn't necessarily mean you know all the trope names. I'm just weird about that. Remember growing the beard as well? Yeah, but like I said, not too many people I've seen have brought that up at all as a potential reading of that. Like, reading it arguably less and both more and less literally than it's written. That thing that just showed up isn't Gerson, it's a Titan spawn. Yes, I'd noticed. The thing chasing you is a clear Titan spawn. I think Ralsei has actually figured it out because he says to run like that. Alright, here's where my power went. So, I was going to discuss the old Gerson Knight theory a little. It mainly went into, he was kind of a minor character in Undertale. Imagine what they could do with him in Deltarune. There's a lot of experience. And they were right. They did a lot with him here in Deltarune. Arguably a lot more than they ended up doing in Undertale with him. I do like how his Dartner appearance is not that far off from a lot of fan art I saw. A lot of people did give him the long pink ponytail. Even though it wasn't always obvious that that's what his coloration should be from his sprite work in Undertale. Yeah, back when things were very muddy on who the knight was, and it wasn't so... Peel back one layer and the knight is clearly Des. Here's the thing. I think it's just obscure enough and not in your face for Des to be the knight that I think it would actually be kind of a dick move to make it not Des at this point. Like, it's just barely at the point of being obvious that it would border on gaslighting to change it now. Whereas, like, if it were more obvious, I'd start thinking something was up. But it's just barely at the level where I think it has to be. Be a dick move to try and pull a bait and switch? At this point, yes. Because you already have to pay at least some attention to get this much. Like, there's still diehard Papyrus Knight people, but I just can't get behind that. I get the body shape is very gaunt, and there are some skeletal aspects to certain parts of it. Like, mainly in that big roar right before the fight. Desmite Knight is meant to be a twist for the characters like Susie and Noelle. The clues are for us to pick up on. Yes. For Susie, you know, the actual main character, that'd be a huge reveal. Oh, your semi-love interest's missing sister, who you've only kind of heard vaguely about once or twice, who's the big bad all along. Carol's a red herring for Susie to think of. I think so too. Although Susie herself hasn't put that together yet as far as we've seen, but I think it would be interesting if she does start to in Chapter 5. Hell, if Noelle is with us in the Dark World in Chapter 5, I'd like it if she almost instantly figures out that it's Des, solely because, or if her initial thought is that it's a brought-to-life, thing Des once talked about, because, you know, she knows her sister. Wiffle ball bat, the ice skating poses, the antlers. Or if Noelle pointedly does not interact with the knight at any point because the knight wants to avoid that. We have the benefit of doing this from Chris's perspective, and Chris is probably the person who knows the most. In fact, it's very heavily implied from a scene later this chapter that Chris knows exactly who the knight is. And it's a very optional scene that's a little hard to get. So I might show that one off, but it kind of means skipping one of Susie's better scenes with Gerson. Carol. Think her appearance in Chapter 5 could tie into the Snowden parallel. She could freeze a portion of the Dark World. I think we talked about this last time, yeah. That, her kind of being involved in the Chapter 5 Dark World would be pretty fitting. Looking for the light switch. Seems I got a little lost. You wouldn't mind walking me back to my study, would you? Got something I gotta finish writing, you see. I love how blank her expression becomes, just like... Yeah, no, we're kinda in a hurry here. Yeah, just babysit every random Darkner we meet. I see, good enough reason, that one. Anyway, we'll be... Where's the Darkner, anywho? Wonder if he actually doesn't know, or if he's just fucking with them. To get them to keep himself around. I'm actually curious about that. If he's talked to other Darkners, he might have been able to glean that part. You mean you don't? So this guy's a Darkner, then. Typing in the Naruto comparison, rub a few times. Deltarune, Gerson is kind of like the Jiraiya of Deltarune. Mentor figure to the MC that relates the MC to a character of a fictional book he made. Yeah, you know. Although, I think that's... It is interesting, because Jiraiya, the character of his book, was named Naruto, and Naruto's parents named Naruto after the character in the book. So that's actually kind of a parallel here, because in Gerson's book, the character is actually based on her, rather than the other way around. But she hadn't, you know, done the things yet, and possibly hadn't been born yet, depending on when he wrote it. I imagine the books have been out for a while, if he made that many of them. Things will get messy if he gets hurt. You can go with us. Just don't slow us down. This is one of the best Susie expressions. Actually, both. Bit of a stretch, but I get your idea. Yeah, I would say Gerson is probably a better emotional mentor than Jiraiya ever was. Jiraiya was a damn good teacher. He managed to teach someone not good at chakra control at all to do one of the hardest to do chakra control moves. Now, Jiraiya is still a very good teacher. He's good at figuring out what a person, like, what direction a person needs to go to kind of min-max. He's like, oh, Naruto, you've got tons of chakra. You should focus more on learning really big techniques that you can just spam out heavy shit. You shouldn't worry about using small stuff a lot. Yeah, it'd be useful for you to do that, but this will give you a much better power boost and fits in more with your skill set right away, and then you start learning that to refine yourself for stamina and long fights. You need to get to the high power point first, and then go on to being able to use that high power for a very long time. He was better at the teaching curve than Kakashi was. Kakashi is arguably not a good teacher because he's too good at stuff himself. This is actually something I've talked about a bit. I think the best teacher for a prodigy is another prodigy. But the best teacher for a normal person is another normal person. Because prodigies are going to learn in a very simple way. You're not going to have to give them too much. And the chances are a teacher who already can keep up with that level and might not even know the nitty-gritty parts, they just kind of intuited, another prodigy is going to be able to pick it up like that. But a normal person who needs that nitty-gritty instruction needs the nitty-gritty too. And I think Gerson's an amazing teacher, possibly because he's weirdly both. He's really good at manipulating people, but he uses this power to manipulate them into figuring out what they couldn't on their own. And it's really funny to watch him do that. I realized today about comparing Des to Obito Toby. People who followed the series while it was going on similarly didn't believe Toby was Obito because they thought it'd be too obvious. Yeah, that's actually a really good comparison. Is Toby just... Toby. Is Toby Fox a Naruto fan by any chance? He might not even realize the parallels he's making here. And also worth noting, if Des is the maker of this, she was also very likely, if she was as similar to Suzy as we think, it's likely she was very close to Gerson, which would make her a prime candidate to reanimate him like this. Yeah, they kind of keep adding up. Like, when you brought it up at first, like the Chris Sasuke, the Suzy Naruto parallel, I was like, a little. Chris is a very different character than Sasuke, but I can see what you're getting at. But then you started stacking on, okay, the book thing with Jiraiya. Okay. Obito, Toby, and Des the Knight. Okay, that's like... It went from points on a piece of paper to a line. And it starts looking intentional, you know? I think you're actually onto something a bit there. Let's just hope the last part where, they have to shove through, like, 200 chapters worth of story into 100 chapters because they were given a hard limit on the count for no good reason. Let's hope that part doesn't happen. Him seeing one of the main antagonists having the same mentors. Yep. Like, I was genuinely kind of making a Gerson Kakashi comparison there a little bit. Same mentor thing kind of leans towards Pain instead of Obito. That's true. But then again, that's also a trope in general. I think that's a general enough trope, like, the hero and the villain were taught by the same master. Like, that goes back to old Kung Fu movies. I think that one can be chalked up to coincidence. That is so old. Alright, you got it, little missy. Do love his green staff. Old man's existence made you imagine Ralsei with a beard. You are filled with the power of conceptual bearded Ralsei. Now, my question is, does Chris recognize Gerson? They'd have to, right? Like, okay, Gerson was never Chris's teacher. We learned that from Alvin. That Gerson probably passed very briefly before Chris moved up to that grade, and Alfie's probably moved down specifically to take that job at the school that Gerson left vacant. But Chris's mom is the head of the school and the only other teacher we know of at the school, and, like, so I think it's quite likely Chris also went to church a lot, although admittedly Gerson apparently didn't. But I think it should be... In theory, I feel like Chris should recognize Gerson. If Chris never had a personal relationship with him, just kind of saw him once in a while, I'd understand that. But I feel like Chris should recognize who that is. You walked any faster. Of course, miss. Old man seems familiar for some reason. Yeah, maybe Chris only has a passing familiarity because it's been a few years and, like, not thinking about it too much. But then again, they'd be like, pink-haired turtle. There's not a lot of people who match up to that. Like, it's not Alvin, and there's no one else in town who looks like this. Moves a little bit faster. Know what? You guys handle the old man, I'm gone. If you just leave the old man, none of this happens, by the way. You can just go fast, and it's fine. Should go follow her. Hey, guess I better catch up too! And then Gerson leaves Chris behind. Chris is like, what the fuck was that? Don't look at me, Chris! You sat there and watched that shit happen too. And now for the funnest part of the game. Or at least this chapter. Hey, where's all this now? Hey, we're fighting, get out of here. Hey, see? Hey, you kids have fun. It is such a troll. He's the best kind of troll. Where, initially, some of these he is just doing to piss them off. But I wonder if he's intentionally trying to kind of lead up. It's like Sans if he's not a dickhead, if he wasn't a dickhead. Yeah, here's the thing. Sans does it to amuse himself because he's a nihilist. He thinks nothing matters, so he fucks with people for the hell of it. Gerson does it partially for the funnies, but largely because he's, in the long run, teaching you something. And he actually will... Here's the thing, if he thinks his pranks aren't teaching someone anything, kind of like with Chris and Ralsei, he actually kind of took a moment to teach them in a more genuine and soft way. Which, again, tells me Gerson is a very good teacher. Love you, like, backwards. How's it going? You winning, kids? I know, old man, we're in the middle of this. I was about to... Dang it, made me forget. Susie forgot what she was about to do. Her move got cancelled. Hey, you go easy on them to here, you're still learning. The enemy's attack power went down. And he leaves the other direction. The enemy's like, oh, okay, sorry. I think Gerson is trying to intuit, what chapter he's in. Used old man. You kids must be getting hungry, badly. Some candy? Hell yeah, No way, we don't need that now. Do it yourself. Everyone except Susie got candy. Anyone got any left? No. And this does... I wonder if he's poking and prodding like this now. Nothing happened. Okay, I had actually not checked that so far. We'll just spare him now. I wonder if he's poking and prodding now to get a feel for people. To see how they kind of react to stuff. And like, he sees Susie's kind of quick-tempered against her own interest. So, a slow approach might not be how she's gonna learn, but Chris and Ralsei respond very level-headedly to his antics, which also means he's probably not gonna be able to trick them into doing stuff. Susie he's going to be able to trick into learning, and maybe also figuring out who needs it the most here. Oh, he got ahead of us, how'd he do that? I have a mighty hankering to read a book, but I just can't reach. And old man, what's this look like, a library? How the hell do we get this open? I have a mighty hankering to read a book in green, but I just can't reach. Investigate the climbable stool. Hey. Excuse me, miss, would you mind helping me reach this book? And he's trying the very subtle, like, approach to hint to Susie. And that's already not working. I don't know, dude, I'm solving the door. Or else help him reach this thing. Of course. Nothing you can stand on right here. I don't remember this part of the prophecy. Anyone, feel free to step on me. Miss, I think I still need your help. I think this is the only time in the entire story Gerson is, honest to God, caught completely off guard by what's happening around him. I don't know what to do. Susie, please! I don't know what to do about this masochistic goat child. Alright, fine. Yeah. Here, will you take this and... Hey, the door opened, let's go! Puts it on his head. Much obliged. An actual stool. Show him compassion? Show. Yeah. You tell in Chapter 2, just from the tea, that Chris was maybe a little iffy about Ralsei. But you can really see in Chapter 4 especially. Scramble like an egg, yep. You can see in Chapter 4 especially, Chris is taking a liking to him. Yeah, we'll be okay until we reach the study. Sorry, Chris, thanks for paying so much attention to me. Hey, he's so slow back there. Hey, it's us again. There was a backup. Oh, on hopes and dreams they send, 3 heroes at the world's end. It's broken and always appears somewhere else. Prophecy can't be changed after all. Prophecy. Very nice fairy tale, that. It was older. Kids sure are taking a sweet time. Yeah, you can see his opinion right from the go, like, I don't think it's all as carved in stone as all that. Hey, what gives? Oopsie daisy, darn my clumsiness. Damn it, you broke it again, didn't you? We were following that prophecy so closely. I couldn't see quite where I was going. Hey guys, there's another way here. Another way, old man. I gotta teaching. Maybe you can find the way forward if you don't try to adhere so closely to it. I think at this point, Gerson's intuited. Alright, these are the heroes, probably. Or at least people playing the heroes. Again, they've probably been through this and that and that and this point, Oh, I must be the I'm the smith. Alright, let's teach them about how to read between the lines and write between them too. Lizzie, don't run it so fast. Or I'll say, very intent on that. Got something to say to me? You broke it on purpose. Me? How do you suppose I would do that? Annoy Susie? Susie, eh? Is that what she thinks? I'm flattered, yes sirree, I'm flattered. Yeah. The terrible witches, they rang curses with bladed familiars. They were sealed away for being too fun. I mean evil. Good thing they're statues for all eternity. Some sort of statue. I'm curious why like this. Why in this dark world are they like this? Is it because they don't fit into the knight's vision of this dark world? But Susie's vision doesn't fit what was already here? But then you open the other door and everything fits again. As something I'm really struggling to look into, and I almost wonder if I shouldn't too much. Damn, another stupid maze. Oh man, which way to your study? Left it was. Alright, you see there's a piano. We don't know the code. By going left. Could have sworn it was here. Let's try up. I'd be swearing if we can't figure this out. Up, up, down, down. Left here. Oh, it was left here. I'm going right. Dude, the old man was wrong. This is totally the right way. Susie, I don't think you should take that many. Dude. Painter candy. It says, please take one. Take one. Check if you have room in your pockets for even a candy. It involves taking every item out of your pocket and looking at it. You don't have room. Also, you look like a nerd. Damn. I have a ton of these. Rare? I ate a rare item? No, it's a rare steak. You're fine. You do get candy. You got darker candy. Obviously, it's in real blood. It is a vegan steak. Remove 4 sands of the Kakashi. Finley has a popularity for it. And he does have the whole one eye thing. Put your hand in the bowl of candy. Huh? The center of gravity is shifted. Running gag from Undertale. Chris, you greedy dumbass. Now we have to eat them off the ground. You can actually get Chris to eat them. Or else I stop being such a whip and help. Like, at least pretend to eat the candy or something. Got it. No, goddamn shit. I'm just concentrating on unwrapping them. This is all because we didn't eat it faster. Come on, Chris, eat the candy. Don't act like you don't want to, you little shit. Is this... Yeah, I think if you do that, you actually get Chris's moss-eaten sprite a little bit. Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe I'm imagining the moss-eaten sprite, actually. Left, right, up. Oh, you went this way. Oh, I've got a mighty hunch this ain't the right way. Oh, I do like going the wrong way. Get better ideas that way. Ah, what do you think? Where do we go? No wrong answer. Back down. No harm in looking back. You might have missed something. When you finally turn forward once again, you'll be shocked if the world has changed. Need the captain for chapter 5. It heals 500 HP. Under 20 is still pretty decent. That it tastes like toasted marshmallow. Yeah, I think that was Gerson. Actually, I think Gerson studied the prophecy, but I think Gerson doesn't know as much as Ralsei does. I'd honestly... Well, there's certain scenes you can interpret as Gerson possibly knowing about the player, but just not really being focused on them as much as Susie. Like, that might have been a little teaching moment for the player, like, but don't be afraid to turn back. Look at your other options. Going the wrong way can be fun. It's a game, ain't it? Maybe kind of teaching someone who always goes the way they're told how much extra stuff you can find if you don't. If he's that knowledgeable, of course. Who's to say he is? Damn, took long enough. How didn't we go this way in the first place? Ah, what a relief you found the right way. This nice young fellow behind us was just raring to go through. Nice young, huh? Hey, wait a sec. How's it going? Out of here, these guys are tough. Alright, alright. Whoops, drop my cane! Am I getting that for me? Happens to use Old Man more than twice. He just stopped showing up. I did that in the last fight. Yeah, and his cane just kinda slips to wherever is safe for you. You can't in this fight because he just solves it. In the first fight, he just stopped showing up after a second. Go to the battle, I don't see much fighting. We don't hurt the enemies, we spare them. Fair, huh? Like this? Recruited by Old Man! You recruited them? Hey, what do you know? It works. I'll let you kids finish your battle. Yeah. Chris completely just pointing. The battle was already over. The Old Man received 438 dark dollars. Yeah, that was a hoot. Well, now, I think I can find a way back from here. By the by, I'm running a little shop from my study, so if you ever find your way there, feel free to have me at your service. Are you for real after all that? Going to your study is the last thing we're ever gonna do. Got it? Yeah, I see. Well, thank you. Bye for now. Oh, that was annoying. First, you decided to come by. Thanks. Damn it. Hearth glows brightly, pressing the night's chill away, filled with a certain power. Welcome. Pleasure seeing you youngins here. What you need? Anything about the night? You, haven't seen a shadowy figure, have you? Now that you mention it. Just before you came in, figure with a sword flew in that door up there. But it's dark for some contraption. I reckon if you could get to the east bell tower, you might be able to open it. But scaling the bell tower doesn't seem easy without tools. Meanwhile, Northwest Library's got lots of nice books. Might help you take your mind off it. It's that upper left door. Yeah, like we're gonna waste time wandering around there. You see, his more subtle lessons are working on the player, obviously. But I think he's very clearly realized those aren't gonna work on Susie that way. What you doing? Oh, just working on a little personal letter. Yes, you mind proofreading what I got so far? Fine. Hey, all you've written is the. SpongeBob. The. Only 799 words to go. Oh, I have, so I have. Keep going then. Store? We're looking for wares. I've got a fair share. Take a gander at that table down there. Everything in this study's mine, so lots for sale, lots for sale. Interested in my wares? Don't be shy, take a gander. Do you need money? It ain't for me, it's for these fellas. I gotta feed my sweet little recruits, don't I? Yeah. Oh yeah, Wafer Guard, I think. Nah. I'll give this just to have it, see the dialogue. Wafer Guard is an upgrade to Ginger Guard for defense. Got your roll on it, too bad. Oh wait, let's check real quick Susie's dialogue of it. Don't eat it. Money, that's what I need, of course. Scarf Mark. Thin scarf with a deep sheen. Holy writing has been pressed into it, imbuing it with magic. Oh, it gives extra defense, actually. I'll keep my place. Soft. I'd snap it. What is this, rubber? Slay the bad guys. This trash. Chick. Nah. How's the deal? It's too small. Made of doilies. What's this, a chopstick? No, just no. Too good for that. Oh, that can't be comfy. It's yours, Chris. It's too scary, spooky sword. Look cool holding it, Chris. Can we fix this? Can't. You wanna pierce my ears? Weird. Often squishy. Minty and festive. Oh, my first staticky. Now, this is an actual decision. It's 1 magic versus 1 defense. I think the 1 magic is useful. Ralse is very squishy, so I think the defense is necessary. Earth glows brightly, lighting up the mural above it. Feels like it's studying. Legend of the Magic Axe. Read it? Hell yeah. The axe which nests beyond the pyre, awakes from rest by golden choir. 3 tunes bekissed in dulcet wire, which whispers in the darkest mire. Sounds like there's some sort of cool axe. Ralse? Sorry, the old man knows something about it. That's interesting. Ralse seemed to recognize that immediately and get a little nervous about it. Screw it, we'll find it ourselves. Magic axe? That plaque up there about the magic axe. Oh, the young miss wanted to chat about it, did she? The hell did I say that? I see. I just talked to myself about it a bit then. Legend has it there's an axe hidden in these walls. Whoever wields it will have great magic power. Will have great magic power. Whoever wields it. Not that the axe gives them great magic power. But it ain't just hidden. Locked away by some doohickey, yes sir. Maybe if you search around, you might figure something out. A magic power thing. It can work on everyone? Well, worth a shot, ain't it? Chris, let's try and find that axe if we can. Hell yeah. I think here's where Gerson, like right here, Gerson is settling into how to teach Susie. Like, make her think it's her own idea. And if she doesn't want help, don't make it obvious you're helping her. Yeah, this is where you can sell stuff because they didn't have a shop menu. This one doesn't talk. Stacks of books with characters that cannot be read. Oh, the power of not actually reading the text. Not me. Book nerd. Das Fish. Da book nerd. For Ralse's seeming apprehension to Shadow Crystal stuff, how fitting would it be for the final Shadow Crystal boss to be Ralse-centric? Him to be essential in getting it from whoever. Yeah. And I've actually seen, I saw a pretty cool, little video, a bit of a mock-up of a discussion between Sans and Ralse in the Dark World. And it was like, it just kind of reveals Sans has the last, Sans like, oh, this Shadow Crystal? Yeah, someone gave it to me. I just have it in my pocket. Can we have it? Sure, on one condition. What? I want the Goat Kid's scarf. What? I want your scarf. Ralse. Yeah, could be Ralse's secret boss for thematic reasons. Here's the thing, I think Sans could be very good at teaching Ralse how to be selfish. How to relax. How to just enjoy yourself. I think Sans could be the kick in the pants Ralse would need on that front. And I liked this sort of fan thing, this way of Sans teaching him. Sans basically trying to push Ralse so far he'd piss him off. He finally breaks him with that. He's like, how'd it feel? Finally standing up for yourself. I think that could be interesting. Sans rage-baiting Ralse? Yeah, I think that could be fun. I think rage-baiting Ralse into taking care of himself could be good. Guardian. Success. Tempted to read. Ralse wore reading glasses. Who's Dewey Decimal? Now, because that's already been done by fans, I almost want Toby to do something completely different now, because then it'll be more fun. But I like it. First Ralse learning or perfecting offensive magic? Yeah. sword. Ooh! Hey, Mr. Alex with the raid! I'll give you a shout out real quick. I'm playing some Deltarune. I am being full spoilers now, so if anyone is in here who... You must food? Alright. Anyone else feels the need to alert anyone scared of spoilers, don't be afraid to tap out. Because we're talking full spoilers, because this is my third playthrough of the game. I might need to reconnect to stream elements, because the thing didn't go off. My sound alert didn't go off. Lorem ipsum, lorem ipsum. Owie. You guys are actually kind of tricky. Okay, how much do I have? 12k. Let me double check here. Only spoilers. You'll be spoiled if you stay here. Yeah, this is also Chapter 4, which is so spoilers. Let me see here. Okay. It is not hard to get money in this game, and I want to do this. Oop. Yeah, I know I have enough. Bibelocks saying song names. Guardian is the boss theme of this very chapter's final boss. The theme they say is Roots, which is very telling based on the themes Digital Roots and Bit Roots in Chapters 2 and 3. Seems like in Chapter 5, we're finally going to get into whatever the Roots stuff is with the real thing. Gonna be here for a bit? Yeah, this is gonna take a minute. But I want to get this item, and I'm gonna try to get the other item, but who knows if I can. I might have to switch to keyboard to do it. If you know, you know. Oh wait, I can press right to go up by 50. That'll be a bit faster. 5 times faster, in fact. I don't like you do anything with money most of the time in this game, so this is actually a pretty worthwhile investment. You threw 10,000 dark dollars in the fountain. Fountain now holds $10,000. Money you threw split the stream of the waterfall. Some sort of statue. Past the other side, a great donation will show your remembrance. Alright, I'm not ready for there yet, I need to climb. Myself like having stuff? How weird you throw dollars in a fountain. Didn't you have any change? You don't happen to have any change, do you? Back to your earlier point, Susie and Ralsei are steadily breaking away from their assigned roles and doing new stuff. Susie the Bruiser, learning healing magic, Ralsei the Healer, learning offensive magic. Here's the thing, I think Ralsei already knows how to use it, because we see Ralsei using fire magic. But Ralsei just doesn't have it in him currently to use magic that could actually hurt someone. Chris either doesn't or won't show their own hidden attributes aside from their roles. And then Chris just has a bag full of money. They've been just standing there letting money flow out of the bag for a few minutes. Ah, yes, here. Dude, this ladder could be cool for Ralsei's room. And we could put furniture on his ceiling, climb to it. More room for partying on the floor. Hell yes, sweet, marked. Swipe it when he isn't looking. I wonder if it's in here too. Sorry, Chris, just looking for something we can use the scrapbook. This is gonna be tie the goddamn room together. Ladder. I hope that stuff shows up in Chapter 5. And before Chapter 6 shows that Chris has an install mode, from a fighting game where they go berserk and show red eyes or something. That could be cool. Honestly, what I think could be the coolest is if, Chris somehow just is able to truly, actually break the rules of the series and manages to use magic. Like, honest-to-God magic. Like, keeping in with Chris no longer being bound by the story. Is that a dragon install? Yeah. I mean, I'd argue Susie is dragon install. Absorbax, which is actually, for how I play it... Okay, I think the Absorbax is the second best axe for Susie, after the Devil's Knife. Simply because the Devil's Knife gives you that magic stat of 4, which I think is still gonna make this fight way easier. Come and fight. Because that's extra healing on it. She's a dragon install, she's more like soul bad guy. Also because she is a dragon. She's very constantly referred to as a dragon. Chris says, Kai, Kisuke, I'm gonna level with you. I know the fuck that is. What game is that from? I am not a huge fighting game person. I know you know, like, Guilty Gear, because you compared Gaster to that one guy. Twink from Guilty Gear? That doesn't narrow it down as much as it should. The telescope. Observe Chris. How does this work? Shut the fuck up about it. Telescope. Observe Ralsei. It's interesting that Ralsei near instantly notices he's being watched. Whereas Susie takes... I think someone clocked it almost 8 full seconds before Susie notices she's being looked at. But Ralsei notices right away. Like a little over 1 second before Ralsei does something. Yush. Is a statue of our holy ancestor. Shame we could not meet. What brilliant sermon of peace might we have heard? Some kind of statue. Holy ancestor. So I think these guys are the, Actually, I'm not sure what these guys are. The statue seems to be of the sort of, I could give Susie a lot of magic if I really wanted to. I mean, she already has quite a bit. Bringing her up to actually be higher than Ralsei, though after the boss fight it will be. Okay, speaking of breaking rules of the series, another reason we're such a big advocate for a crisp boss fight. Arguably the biggest rule break in both Deltarune and Undertale, first time you fight against a human, not a monster or dark. Guys are most likely tides and offerings crackers. See, what makes me doubt that is usually stuff that's food in the light world stays food in the dark world. It doesn't usually turn into a sentient thing. Like, most of our healing items are food in the light world. That's what makes me think it's not that. Like, I think the Rhapsody is supposed to be the, communion juice. The church juice, as they call it. Yeah, little fun fact, after you fully recruit the Gwei, they stay out of your way in the hallways in here. I think that's a neat little detail. Try the exorcism. Courage Gwei. Ow. Cake. Nice massage. And Balthazar recruited too. I forget. Can I even be here yet? Ow. And obviously I can be here, but I don't... No, I think I can do this part right now. If I go there now, I'll miss the item, actually. Ow. I really don't like quote-unquote puzzles like this, where the challenge is that you can't fucking see. It never does it for me in games. It's like, what if we took away the primary medium of our entertainment? Like, for a weird niche puzzle, it's fine, but when the entire challenge of what you're doing is you just can't fucking see what's happening, it doesn't feel like a challenge so much as... I don't know. I'm just not gonna tell you a part I told you before. Figure it the fuck out. Kinda like notes? Chris, maybe you can play them on a piano somewhere? The song look a little unfinished. I guess we gotta find the other half. Probably close, let's go. Yeah, I missed out on the item by doing that. I don't remember where the spot was to go. I don't think it was a useful item anyway. Hey, don't you think this would be sweet for Elsie's room? You don't have to, like, sleep on the floor. Take it. Hell yeah, give me a hand. Earn it. Okay, damn, it's heavy. I just take, like... Yeah, that's good enough. You can make a pillow for it. That's better than a bed anyway, more defense. Maybe we can just give him our pillows, too. I don't like really sleep there that much. Maybe you can have some of my bed spikes, too. One thing I'm hoping for to happen, I don't know if it will, but I'm hoping for a Dark World sleepover. Like, there'll be the implication Susie will kind of set up to have a sleepover at her place, like asking Toriel about if Chris can do it. But then it's going to be a slight switch and she's going to say, hey, why don't we stay at the, you know... Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. Why don't we stay with Rolsay? You know, he made those beds for us. It seems like a complicated puzzle. Like any advice, some speed solving it up? Okay, so, like I said, whenever there's one option that's just so wildly out of line with the other two, I usually lean on that one. Dark World Sleepover would be nice, just have to figure out when it happened in story. I think Chapter 5 is a good time. I know you're banking on Chapter 5 being the split-up. I think it's going to be a little later than that. Work your butt, mister. Okay. He's all sad. Imagine Susie at the end of Chapter 4 going to Castletown instead of going home. I could see that, but I'd like it if Chris could be present for one. I think I'm parked. Barrel parked. As far as I know, I'm within the lines. Yeah, you know I'm not messing with that puzzle. I probably wouldn't be able to help anyway. I have a great track record with pianos. I'll admit, this kind of puzzle isn't really your strong suit, Susie. And to be fair, I think Chris would have trouble with this not having the bird's eye view I do. End of Chapter 5 is going to be the split up, not like the beginning or the middle. No, I assumed you said the end, but I still think that's too early for it. Yeah, that's one of the revivements. No, dang it. There we go. But, you know, in keeping with kind of breaking how formulaic the first two chapters were to an extent, how, you know, 3 took place overnight instead of a new day, maybe Chapter 5 could take place over more than one day. Chris, the second half of the melody. You just need to play it. Yeah, unless there's, like, a third half. There isn't. Why, is that part of the prophecy? I suppose this is technically a prophecy. It actually is possible to, it's possible to sequence break slightly and input the notes ahead of time on the piano. And Ralsei says, you must be, Chris, you must be a real scholar of the prophecy. Are you real nervous about it? Which implies to me that Chris might actually know the whole prophecy. Really, the end of Chapter 5 is going to be a cliffhanger. The status quo has changed drastically for Endgame, so either Night Truce reveal or Roaring starting. Actually, before I go let's go heal. And maybe Chapter 6's beginning is when the split happens and Chris leaves the party. Alright, we can fight you real quick. Finish recruiting the books. Synthesis. Baird, who's Dewey Decimal? Or I'll say my mom makes me study the prophecy every Sunday. I mean, Chris has been going to church for a while, but it's worth noting it seems Ralsei might actually know more about it than even the church does. Guardian. Spare. Chris is also involved with Dark Worlds. And Ralsei talking about how those prophecies always come back implies, loosely maybe, synthesis is in photosynthesis, ergo plant stuff, possibly another Chapter 5 song. Maybe. Going from synthesis to photosynthesis is a little bit of a stretch. I'm not gonna say it's wrong whole hog, but, you know. Nice, Chris. Roots and synthesis. Yeah. All you had to do was follow the prophecy thing. Is it that easy? Maybe we should just do whatever it says. How about it, Ralsei? A little step back. Chris actually does look at Ralsei for that, like, what do you think? Literally photosynthesis? I kinda already have a picture-taking character, which makes me doubt that a bit, even though it's a good joke. Wanna memorize it for us? That's okay, Susie. I already know it. Oh, okay, sweet. Why does Ralsei know it? Now, I have one theory on that. Oh, there's a save here. Blah. Anyway, my theory for why Ralsei knows it is if Ralsei is weirdly Chris's somewhat idealized version of themselves in the headband, then maybe the version of Chris that Chris imagines everyone being happiest with is, possibly even one who pays attention in church and knows everything about their prophecy. I think that could be a good explanation. Time for my least favorite fight. Hey, Ralsei, if you know the whole prophecy already, why don't you just say how to do the piano? I just thought, isn't it better if I don't say anything? Why? Hey, I think I found a light. Whoops. No visible reaction from Chris, as per usual. Yay, you get to fall with us this time, Ralsei. And you splatted. Ow! Here, let me... Again. Ralsei's, like... killer... Like, Ralsei's big character flaw. So desperate to be useful to everyone, he winds up very insensitive of their feelings. Here we have the gist of Ralsei's toxic mentality. Very much operates from a nihilistic perspective a la Sans. Nihilism is a very broad perspective. Just linking it to Sans a little iffy. But yes, it is nihilistic. It's... Actually, I would call it more fatalistic. Slightly different. Because Ralsei, I don't fully believe, thinks that nothing matters. So the distinction between nihilism and fatalism. Nihilism is that nothing ultimately matters because it just doesn't. There's no greater force to adhere to. Whereas fatalism is under the opinion that nothing matters because everything's just going to happen that way anyways. There's no such thing as free will. Things are just going to happen this way, and that's how it's going to happen. So it doesn't matter what choice you pick. It's what choice you were going to make anyway. Fatalistic is a better term, much better. Yeah, I think it's a little better. Heads up on the house pattern. You can exit early out of the chimney. House pattern. Exit early out of the chimney. Oh. Took me a second to realize what you were talking about. Yeah, thanks. Yes, yeah, like I said, Ralsei, I was kind of leaning on that. Ralsei is, so certain, and I wonder if some description of Ralsei in the prophecy calls him the healer, so he believes nothing can be changed, so it's better if he keeps quiet and pretends nothing's wrong. Telling people beforehand they're doomed would just make it hurt more. Yeah, but I would almost argue that another aspect of Ralsei's personality, his desperate need to be useful to the two of them, where it goes to such a point that he's actually horribly insensitive to both of them in some instances. Primarily Susie, but I think he has genuinely upset Chris once or twice by now. Because remember, Chris was was pretty distant from Ralsei in Chapter 2. Now, by now, Chris has come to understand and appreciate Ralsei. Chris will actually go out of their way to prevent us from being overly mean to Ralsei at this point. Ralsei's doing way too much. He's trying to. Light. Who dare bring light here? I do appreciate the Zelda CDI reference. Go back. You shouldn't come here. But I just don't like this mechanically. I don't like the whole darkness thing of you can't build up TP fast, and you have to use a very large amount of TP to advance the fight. I do not like that mechanically, because it essentially removes those TP, all your TP moves from your, like, list of things you can do. Like, it very much just cuts out a large part of the combat. The zone is forbidden. Continue and you may find yourself spooked in the dark. Reasoning for thinking the Night Truce reveal could happen in Chapter 5 is because it could also think the character switch could happen as a cliffhanger as well, especially keeping in mind the weird route and what is implied to be happening to Noel. Come on, Ralsei, the end of the prophecy can't be that bad. I saw one interpretation, and I kind of like this idea. People saying, made kind of this fan-made video that actually kept the lines of the prophecy to the beat of the prophecy song. And they theorized that the thing is, and this actually would make sense, that they're going to have to close the Castletown Dark Fountain to save the world, because they're not going to be able to get into the shelter. And more than one fountain means the roaring is at risk of happening at any time. So if they close that one, well, then they're fine. They can still close other ones. But the shelter and that being open is already fucking things up a little bit at a time. Not a lot, but a little bit. And so they'll have to get rid of the one they can reach to stop the world from ending. Chapters are long. I'd bet on night identity reveal would be chapter 6. Yeah, I think chapter 6 would be for the identity reveal. To give us time to enjoy the revealed identity in chapter 7. Very well, if you come closer to this place, then you may find the dark has come to you. Lucy and Ross say visible because their eyes are visible, but Chris's aren't. TP getting reduced outside of treasure. Yeah, I don't like that. Jagenstein, unsightly beast that lives in total darkness. Gather treasure to gain TP and use Unleash to light him up. Oh, ho, ho. No escape from the dark zone. That's accurate. Then closing the Grand Fountain is supposed to be the end of the prophecy. And in ending their friendship with Ralsei and everyone in Castletown forever. Unless you leave. But people were saying that was like the hidden part that Susie broke, because she doesn't want to say goodbye to Ralsei. Too dark to see near the wolves. Fence down, speed up. Not doing that. Everyone be blocking to build up TP. Go back. You're taking too long. You're taking too long. Chapter 5 is going to mark the character switch moment going into Chapter 6. No more Route of Susie for numerous reasons. Weird Route is Noelle by possessing her as a new vessel. I just don't know that it's got to be Chapter 5 is my thing. Maybe it will be, but I'm not seeing a... Like, supposedly Chapter 5 is the last... People are theorizing that Chapter 5 will be the last time that the Weird Route matters, or... I think those symbols were supposed to show us your opportunities to get off the Weird Route. I think you have all the chance in the world in Chapter 4. Nothing you do in Chapter 3 will change it. You have all the opportunities in Chapter 2. Nothing you do in Chapter 3 will change it. You can change it in Chapter 4. You'll have a very, very big opportunity to change it in Chapter 5. Other people think that's how much the different chapters are going to change. It's this one visual in the Spamton sweepstakes I'm referring to, if you don't know. What the heck was that pumpkin? That was scary. Just kidding, that was mine. This is a bangin' song, I'm not gonna deny that. I don't know, a thing yelling at me for taking too long, when the optimal way to try to play it is to take as long as possible. I'm not into that. And I also don't like that it forces you to go fast when the pumpkin shows up. Like, and it makes me move so much faster that it actually becomes kind of hard to navigate. When it was a straightaway like that, it was fine. Too dark to see near the wall. Something fluffy in there. Chris. How much do I need for Unleash? 60. Damn it! That's bull crap. Oh no, I can't find my pumpkin. But maybe it will find. Night reveal could be either Chapter 5 or 6, because Chapter 6 is most likely the end of the prophecy. 7 is going to be a new chapter, a new continuation of the story made possible via Susie somehow. We'll find you. Yeah. Yeah, try to collect treasure, and then I'm gonna see about that thing you said. Yeah, I don't like that. The atmosphere feels tense. You can use Unleash. Chapter 6 is in the shelter. Chapter 7 could be, and it'd be like a true lab segment. Getting to the bottom of what's going on in the inner workings of the story. Yeah. His soul emitted a brilliant light. You dare bring lights to my lair? You will die. In this place of true dark, light has no effect on me.
You're too bright. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
I've seen some people so annoyed by this fight, they actually use a fucking tension bit just to build stuff up and skip parts. And I was tempted to do that, but I decided to do the fight as a whole to show why I don't like it that much. No, the light, it has effects on me. Stop using that. Terrible. Go too dark. Yeah. This one especially pisses me off because it fucks with your hitbox. I do not enjoy that. Too dark to see in their walls. Something very Susie-like in here. That's me, dumbass! Do you think Chapter 6 might be the shelter, judging by Eram's boss fight in the background, how it looks vaguely Ruins-like, keeping in line with the reverse Undertale theory? You can go back. Yeah, this is a fight I despise, but this is one of the better songs, I think. Usually the mini-boss songs are really good, so not surprising. Ow. No pumpkin this time. Made a brilliant light. No, not the light, it burns. Hitting my own pellets for years to get three.
Mamma mia.
You can actually use Ralsei's act here, like a light up act, to make it bigger and do this faster. It's way more optimal to not use TP for fucking anything and block every turn. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Instead, Mr. Very Nice Guy. Leave. Oh, damn it. Hey, look how precise you have to be going through it that way, and now they're gonna speed it up. Like, the whole thing go way faster on the way down. Not a lot. Actually, they slow your move speed down even more for this part specifically, which is almost more annoying. Yeah, you don't want to get hit too fucking bad if you want to escape the Jackenstein. The friggin' jack-o'-lantern thing. My patience runs thin. No more keys, stress and humiliation. My tutu. Yeah. Damn Skippy I am. By the way, I learned this my first playthrough. If you try to go back for your tutu right there, he just crashes into you and kills you. Actually, he has a damage cap on how much he'll do, but it's still really lame and annoying that that can happen. They didn't think about, like... Yeah, I went back for it because I was like, oh no, my tutu, I like that, I want it back. They didn't expect anyone to do that, apparently. Brilliant light! Oh, the light, don't bring it close to my vase.
Mamma mia!
Eventually rams India. That's probably the best I've ever done on that fight, but I still don't enjoy it that much. The light, not the light. No. Ah. No, don't look. I'm too scary. Meow. Yeah, alright. Chandelier it. Yeah, you good, dude? Oh, gee, oh, it hurts. It hurts. Everything's so bright, couldn't see. Head hit chandelier. Sorry, you're just looking for a way. Oh, my head, it hurts. It hurts inside. Don't worry, we know how to use healing, so... You can see the pumpkin itself was what was healed. Oh, it still hurts. Alright, I guess I'll try it again. Maybe I could... Zizzy? Nothing, never mind. Look at what you did, Ralsei. Look what you did. You ruined her entire, like, all her self-esteem that she built up by learning that new spell. You killed it. Oh, you did. How's this? Feel better? Oh, it still hurts. I thought you'd be able to climb this if you had the right tools. Damn. How's the adventure, hero? Old man? Shouldn't you be busy writing letters or something? Can you be helping that pumpkin fella? Nah, or else he's got it covered. I quit. Quit? Quit what? Healing. Green sparkle thing. You don't like doing it? I know, actually. And this is something we're actually seeing here, something Gerson always wanted to impart on his own son, but apparently failed to. First, I was really excited I could do it. Like, I sort of realized I just suck at it. What have you practiced? Put a little shell into it. I mean, I kind of, when people aren't looking, I was kind of trying to practice a little, but so I realized, you know, never be as good as Ralsei, so what's the point? Everyone can see how bad I am. You just stick to what I'm good for. You know, hurting people. Magic. Is that so? Didn't take you for a purple-bellied coward. Coward? Hey, what do you mean by that? He knows how to push Susie's buttons, because he's watched her long enough. You're afraid of making some little green sparkles. Oh, just casting it isn't a big deal. Alrighty then. Here, What? I pricked my finger with my pen earlier. If you're not a coward, give me your best shot. I never get you to shut up. Take this. Oops, my letter. Oh, the ouchie. The hort. It's gone. Susie? Susie, that was a great idea. Uh-huh. I was wondering why my healing wasn't working. I was only healing the outside. And Susie, your healing blast seemed to hit the spot. Huh? I was actually just trying to heal that old man. Old man? Effective teaching moment, yep. Like, oh, you don't want to do it? I know what'll get under her skin. Like, intentionally pissing her off to get her to do something, and then just dodging in just the right way. We know the old man's great at dodging. To get her to hit just right. Yeah, he's... Hey, because of that, her healing solved a problem Ralsei's couldn't. Effectively giving her some of her, you know, her faith in doing it back. Guess he left, huh? Oh, Mr. Jack is better, so let's be on our way. Ah. I suppose we do that, Rawls. Got an idea? You girl, you helped me. Also possible symbolism. Ralsei only able to heal outside physical wounds, meanwhile Susie's able to heal on the inside, reflecting how she's able to heal people's emotional issues. That also kind of works right now, yeah. Yeah, it was, You three, my friends. Me name is Jackenstein. I was bullied and hated by the others. Roam my large and ugly body. I was banished to the dark zone only to appear on festival night. I wear this mask because my true face scares even myself. Do you want to see it? Yeah, kinda. Cover your eyes. Actually, it's kinda cute. Actually, you're too scary. The point is, you three are more different than the others. You are kind, merciful, and most of all, you don't know how to climb. Take this, my friends, my climbing set. Got the climb claws. Too small for me. Young woman, thank you for the wonderful healing. It was nothing. Let me know if I can ever repay you. I live in a hole. Okay. Man, the challenge for this... I'm gonna try to do it, but God. It was so tricky when I tried it before. And just a little bit of cash. Hey, Chris. Can't guarantee you'll be any good, but, you know, feel free to ask me to heal again if you need it. Nah, they just keep doing that. As the golden organ. I'll work on doing that now. Right. Mess this up every time. I always have difficulty remembering where to go for it. think I need to go... yeah, behind here first. Well, it doesn't have to be first, but this is a way I have to go. I don't know what the hell these root things are. They're creepy as hell, though. All made of bells. Climb it? Yes. Any of those things are red? Horrific. Red roots. I'm sure that doesn't relate to anything else I know about. Really nothing I did in the second to save file. Hey, we finally got to the end of this stupid room. Huh? Nothing's coming. Run! See, I don't mind the darkness for this, because it's used for the sake of horror, and you can still mostly see what's going on. You have plenty of time still. See, this time the holding back serves the purpose of freaking you out by what's chasing you. See, here I think the darkness of the puzzle works. But I feel like the darkness in other sections is... especially the mechanical darkness, where being in darkness means you don't get your TP. You gotta build up your TP. Like, that's just taking away my meter. That's taking away a game mechanic to replace with a different thing. That should have been its own line, I think. Hey, wait a gosh darn minute. What are we running from? There was that thing, you know. I was just about to have some tea. Feel free to join me if you like. Sure. Over here, I think, whole chapter seems like an extended tutorial for Titans and other pure dark entities. I feel like we're gonna be fighting more of those things later. I hope they don't reuse that stupid fucking mechanic of you don't get TP and don't try to use TP for things other than this effect, or you're fucking yourself over and you're just gonna make the fight way harder. I really hope they do something else, because I don't like that as a mechanic. Take away something, you better give something good back. Yeah, instead it's just, you don't have that for this fight, and if you try to use it, you're fucking yourself. Fancy a drink? We already had tea. Already had tea this afternoon. Right, that was the afternoon tea. Relaxation tea. Here's the midnight tea. It's stuff that sets your heart and mind afire. And for a long night's journey, sitting at your desk. Ain't for the faint of heart. What's in it? You're not liking this mechanic. I think it's going to become integral later for dealing with these things in order to make these enemies distinct from other enemies. Well, it's already failed to do that because a thing completely unrelated to the Titans used it. So if that was their intention, they've already fucked it up. And I'd rather they just get rid of it and do something different. Yeah, we mostly. What else? Alright, water. Yeah. At least it seems safe to drink. That implies it's actually possibly midnight by now, or at least very late into the night by now. Oh, you've had a mighty journey so far, have you? Yeah. Guess you could say that. Now, how about telling me about your adventures? I think this is confirming... Part of this is Gerson trying to confirm what he suspects. He suspects they're in roughly his own Chapter 5. And that he may be the smith, but this may kind of solidify it for him. Or else it would be okay to tell him that. I'll see why not. Alright then, listen up. Susie animatedly explained all of your adventures so far. Now, if it's just for this chapter, like it's just Jackenstein is the tutorial for how to deal with the darkness, deal with the Titan spawn and the Titans, that's fine. But if that's gonna be for every Titan fight, I'm gonna level with you. I don't want any more Titan fights then. And to be honest, I don't think there's that much more they can do with Titan fights. Jackenstein uses it because he's meant to be the general tutorial. Introduce first in his fight to be lower stakes and funny, that's used again with the Titan spawn and Titans in more serious contexts. It's set up for later for when you have to fight more of these things. Yeah, and it's gonna be fucking stupid because I don't like it in those fights either. Because it's not good. It's taking away a core mechanic that helped separate this game from Undertale and make the combat way more interesting. And it's just chucking it out the window so you can go back to the same old thing. I think it's actually taking a step back from the advancements. Because now your magic option's just gone. Don't bother trying to use it. Because the heal and the Rude Buster, the two things that really add something to the alternate ways to play this, try to build up your TP for it, gone. Oh, did you use them anyway? Well, that's like 3 more rounds of getting your ass kicked. Susie animatedly explained all of your adventures so far. Now we're here. Pretty awesome, huh? Yeah, what next on tail? If it were a different bar I had to build up, like if they had some kind of alternate bar to fill, a third thing that'll let me build up light in my soul, rather than using tension points for it, I'd be a lot more, I wouldn't have a problem with it, frankly. It'd just be like, okay, it's essentially a different mercy bar. But I'm talking purely mechanically here. I do not think this is an effective way to utilize the mechanics they've set up. This is actively taking away your mechanics and trading them for... well, just saying you can't use these mechanics for these fights because you need to use them to progress the fight. As like, for the Spamton fight where they I should say the Weird Route Spamton Neo fight, they toy around with that a little bit, but not really. They still give you the attacking option with it. And like, if you're not as good, you do the Fried Peepus. But the Fried Peepus is honestly way less worth it than using an item. And yeah, there's still items to heal, but again, that's still taking away from my options. Especially like the part where you acted out the battles. Eating the silverware and sugar cubes. And you can see the silverware around her is all fucked around. And near Gerson, because Gerson don't care. But she can't reach Chris and Ralses. Well, thanks for the tea, old man. Yeah, Susie's already starting to like the old man, trying to think, alright, he's fucking with me, but he's nice. We gotta go get back to our hero stuff. Yeah, come by my study later. Eh, sure, not like we got a choice. Ain't no better story than one told with sparkling eyes. You ain't got no fear, that one. Doubt, irony? That's one. Doubt, irony, that's what poisons your story. Right, Peeps, Spamton's psyop to make you start throwing the fight. Kinda, but Chapter 3 is a thing. The Chapter 3 of the Weird Route, where you can actually find the Peepus, technically any Chapter 3 where you don't have the Deal Maker, where you find the Peepus there, Chris is the only one who will eat it, implying that only Chris would. Although it's also implied the caviar in the deluxe meal is ground up Peepus, which is really funny. It's interesting, there's actually unused dialogue for Noelle in Chapter 3, where if Chris eats the Peepus, she's like, hey, I wanted to keep that. If you try to make her eat it, she'll be like, can I keep it instead? Because Noelle likes the Peepus, because Spamton gave her one before. Doubt irony poisoning your story. Doubt poisoning your story. I think irony can be a little bit of spice depending on the story, but I think telling from an honest place is, in a lot of ways, very important. I think being overly ironic will poison your story. Like, a lot of adult animated comedies got overly ironic, and people got sick of it. Also, the reoccurring thing, glowing eyes in the story. Burning eyes and glowing eyes being related to story somehow. Possible that burning eyes might be related to determination. Possibly. And too much predictability. That too. Oh, young man, what do you think happens next? I guess we'll just have to see. You can tell Ralsei's lying, and I think he asked Ralsei specifically that because he knows Ralsei knows the whole story. Drink up. Still hot now. Thank you. Oh, I notice you haven't touched your tea yet. Close your eyes. Now this. I actually wonder. Gerson is one of the foremost historians to have studied the prophecy as far as we know. I wonder if he knows how the angel is able to see, or how I'm able to see, in the same way Ralsei is heavily implied to know. And saying close your eyes to give Chris a private moment for a second. Like, let Chris do something without me seeing. Though maybe he doesn't know how much choice Chris has here. Thunk. Like someone put another sugar cube into your tea. Here's an idea. Don't drink. If tea's not your fancy, try to copy Family Guy. Since Family Guy sucks ass, they sucked even more. But no, I wouldn't even say that. I'd say more one's trying to copy Rick and Morty. And because Rick and Morty started sucking ass, they sucked more. I would say Rick and Morty was good for 2 seasons, and then it overdid it. It got too meta and annoying. The first 2 seasons were fun, and like, the little bit of meta involved was kind of, you know, it was fine. It was at an acceptable level, but it went too far. It stopped being fun adventures and just... yeah. Shine. How about an apple? Heard something being placed in front of you. Chris, here, I'll help. Here, I'm holding it in front of your... Teeth lurch forward to bite the apple. Sweet sensation spread through your mouth. Now, as I showed in my Weird Route playthrough, if you're on the Weird Route, Chris actually eats the seeds in what is loosely implied to be an attempt at, an attempt at self-harm. Because there is a little bit of cyanide in an apple seed. Not nearly enough to kill you. Like, you're fine. Like, even a teenager ain't gonna do that. A baby is gonna have some problems, but they also would have trouble, like, swallowing the seeds. That's right, just take a bite, Chris. Each time you felt a new piece of the apple, your teeth would bite it. I think Chris likes apples. They wear apple-scented shampoo, so I'm inclined to think. Rick and Morty fell into the trap of being too self-depreciating. Deprecating, but yeah. To the point where it openly mocked the idea of its own serialized narrative and people being invested in it. Fair, it seems now they're walking back on that, but still an example of irony poisoning a storytelling. Yeah. I think here's the thing. Like, sprinkling in a little bit of irony in a few places, like, maybe once in a while acknowledge that maybe this is a plot you've seen before. That can be good. Though at the same time, sometimes people are reading that kind of tropey story because they like the trope. They want to see it. And poking fun of it's kind of poking fun of the people who just enjoy it. So, yeah. I think for a comedy, being a little ironic about yourself can help. Like, for a dedicated comedy, I should say. But for something that just wants some occasional comedic elements, I think irony can take away from your overall product. So nothing was left but the core. You can actually see it on the table there. In the Weird Route, there's no apple at all. Because Chris ate the whole fucking thing. And Gerson I don't think Gerson has much knowledge of what Chris is going through on the weird route, but he recognizes Chris is having some kind of problem and tries to give them some advice. But it makes me think Gerson maybe doesn't know so much about the player. When did the old man leave? Anyway, let's go, Chris. I think the other two are out. You want something? You up to? No big friend here, me. Still working bit by bit on my letter. Hey, what's that drawing in the corner? Hey, it's a doodle of you fellas. Wait a sec, you drew it wrong. Oh, here, take the pen then. Hey, Chris was saying Susie rules. Yeah, a classic mistake that. I've actually never seen this dialogue before, and this is amazing. Like, literally, that is the whole thing. Like, oh, I did it wrong. Show me what's right then. Hands her the pen. Write it for yourself. Didn't have Chris say Susie rules. And he just rolls with it, because it wasn't like any genuine criticism, it was just Susie making a little joke. And if it was genuine, I think he would have taken it. Like, actually excited to see her draw something. But you got to see this. And this is the second time Susie's written Chris saying Susie rules. Chris has an affiliation with apples, a red-horned headband as a kid, tried to summon a demon with Caddy in the past. It was called Lightbringer by King. Yeah, that's a bit, satanic if you think about it. First instance of Gerson telling Susie to take the pen. Susie being prompted to take the pen. Yep. And night type thingy. Like I said, central door up top. Oh, big old sweet pumpkin boy gave you his claws, did he? For those climbing in the east bell tower should be a cinch. Ought to be a contraption there to help you, I think. Oh. Well, fair share. Magic axe? Yeah, nothing new there. Susie rules. Brains, thanks to your bravery, I faced my horrors and escaped Dark Zone. Now I clean house for old man. Kind old man gives me a drink called tea. I never forget friends, how can I help? Cute. What? I don't know. I don't know that. I should start sweeping faster. Advice where to go? I heard a rumor that the Rightward Zone contains a beautiful piano. Careful, many hot peoples live in that place. Woe to those with a horrible face do not like. Yes, you are great. Just call you cute so you can go back to your thing. Does still make me think what the last thing Chris wrote for Susie. Like, Chris wrote something and Susie said, I can never tell when you're joking around. I'm curious what Chris wrote in the little corner there. Back, you zombie! Your beastly existence offends milady! I don't have a milady yet, but if I did, you'd be offended! Sure, I hope a milady sees me doing this. Let you know if one shows up. Please, Susie would never call herself that, and you know it. Okay, JK, Chris would not be that forward at this point. Yeah, I don't think it's that much, but I think something kind of heartfelt. Tale of Deltarune. Hear whispering. Maybe you changed my life? That could be it. Notice this is the only one with that head shape in here. It'll be up there, up north. Yeah, now that's there. But is he still? Yeah, I think after you come back, you can find out. Yep. And the lights come on. Over here, and he's gone. Boogly boogly. Woodly boo. Boogly googly moogly moo. Spooky. It's a wall. Looks solid. Hug. You hug the wall. Chris? Chris? Appears to be a light switch. It won't budge. It's actually a heavy switch. Here. Above she waits, our beloved holiness, surely pining for the salvation of a great hero. But our legs, small and sweaty in excitement, find no hold in this accursed wall. And so we fall, tumbling again and again. This is a pretty good song, yeah. Oh, holy princess far above, if you would spare but a drop of your love, I promise I should never spill it, or mix it with powders to modify its flavor. Excepting, of course, such flavors of sweet lemon and orange, which are clean to the taste and invigorate the humors. Whom do we who thirst for love just out of reach? Even higher, it's called. Neat. Yeah, that's fine. Later, ditch. Ah, my legs, so they tremble. I am afeard I cannot clamber any further. Young soldier, if you should meet her, could you tell her of my exploits? And I may earn so much as a small thimble of her love. Go on, young soldier, I'm but too sweaty to continue. Refer to it as the Upton dance, based off that one fan animation. I don't think I've seen that one. I've been consuming, especially the last few days where the only internet I had access to was my phone, I've been consuming a lot of Undertale fan content. Or Undertale and Deltarune, I should say. I even got thinking about my own AU I made a while ago. I never did anything with it, because I never do. It's a regular container of water. No reason to expect interacting with it to do anything. Listen, Chris, I could do without the fucking sass. Interacting with stuff is how I do stuff. You give me the sass. Navady, you want me to start calling you weird shit that no one understands? Himne fishne? What, a battle? I merely wanted to investigate the water container, and suddenly you have drawn me into a battle? You're a brash young soldier. If you seek my love, you must prove yourself worthy of a princess. You can actually do this to heal, so... let's check. S action, R action. And Chris is sassing you now. Wait until they start talking to you directly soon. Imagine Chris is a sassy little piece of shit. Just seems like a water cooler with an ego. I wouldn't say that too much if I was you. Lucy face crushes a cup. Ralsei absorbs trace calcium. Buble. Oh man, someone made a fan game that's a dating sim of the holy water cooler. I gotta get in on that. I'm gonna level with you. Flirted with holy water cooler. Romantic are your words. Young soldier, your words are sweet like honeydew. For the first time you've spoken to a lady such as I? A lady such as you? Definitely Chris's first time. A young knight's first love. No wellspring may be so pure. Should accept your affection from afar, stored humbly in a masonry jar. Lonely eves when I hear naught but the bubbling of my heart. I should open it and listen once more to the tender whispers of your kindness. What's cups on Ralsei's eyes? I forgot to read the other one. Owie. Owie. Watercolor considers the precise gemstone to compare its own hue to. I think chat actually doesn't help you here. Begged for mercy. Blessed are those who kneel to me, for my wave shall cleanse you. Close your eyes, for as long as you adore my purity, no harm shall follow you. Holy Water Cooler took mercy on you. He has a free heal, so wait a little in the fight to do that. Puts cups on Chris's eyes. Ralsei absorbs trace calcium. Feels strong presence from the water cooler. What's it at? 54%? Alright. Give it the old razzle dazzle. Ralsei labels everyone's cups. Perfection has caused some change in my form. Heart's breaking. Hell yeah. I think Holy Water Cooler to Miss Mizzle is, I think, one of my favorite, things here. I'm actually not sure what Embezzle does here. And I know it steals an item, but... don't know what item it might take. Susie embezzled an item. She failed. Sips politely. Glory, glory. You keep trying that, I suppose. Embezzled an item. Stole bitter tear. Glory, glory. Actually, don't know what that does. And it's not my inventory, so, you know. Dazzle. Oh, wait, you know what? I haven't, checked her yet. In this form. Miss Mizzle. Mizzle transformed with affection. Susie gargles loudly. Ralsei makes toothpaste. Glory, glory. Owie. Dazzle. Could cap her out, but, dazzled Miss Mizzle. Breaks a wet floor sign. Cast Heal Prayer. Curious what Nuzzle does. I'll say Nuzzled Miss Mizzle. Miss Mizzle got a little bit tired. Ah, okay. That's an alternate win condition, I suppose. You can get her tired and wear her out. But I think she's just pink from being flirted with by Chris. Recruit! Hell yeah. You won! Yeah, and this I miss every time. You slide down on that. Blessed are you who walks with Our Lady, and blessed be your legs, for they have nary a bead of sweat. I think our holy princess would join your court, oh joy. I shall rejoice and throw my greatest powders. electrolytic, and few in calorie. Hey, this is why she doesn't talk to you. Real talk, if you use those, good for you. I used to use them, I just got too lazy for it at one point. I was like, I'll just have my fucking water. Hiccups. I think there was another thing I could do over here? Or am I thinking of somewhere else? I think I'm thinking of the other area, actually. I think that's all the notes. Now we can do my favorite fight in this entire game. Please revive mints in storage. Oh, bitter tear isn't a use item. Is it armor? Doesn't look like it. Is it a weapon? No. Am I sure it's not an item I can use? Did I miss it in there? No, here it is, bitter tear. Bitter water that fell in droplets from the sky. Recovers all HP. Oh, sweet. Hang on to that for a boss in the future is gonna fuck with me, I'm sure. Alright, I still have to go to the organ to play it. Right. Climb. No idea what that music was. Because I don't know what tempo to play it at. Need to rob more water fairy things? I think she's the only one who drops that one. You just hear something? And a bit like a fireplace opening up. Dude, too specific, but yeah. Anyone knows what song, if that's a specific song, I'd like to hear it, honestly. I'd like to know which one it is. By the by, ain't it getting a bit drafty in here? Wonder why. Right, you already opened it, you stupid shit. Damn, so this is a magic axe, huh? You got the... Ooh. Pay the check, you gotta pay for that. Hey, what are you talking about? It's still the inside of my study, ain't it? Yeah. Well, enough was free, so why'd you think we'd start here? Good one. I'm taking the axe now. Don't think I'm serious. Check the price tag. Huh? Price? What? This costs, $999,999,999. Yeah. Didn't realize I was still on discount. But I know. I worked real hard to get here. How about a trade? If you alone, best my challenge, I give it to you. For free. Knew you'd say that. What do you want? Susie is kind of catching on to him at this point, like, knew that's how you work, kid. Alright, what's the thing? How about a haircut? A haircut? Alright, sure, which hair you want me to cut? Best fight secret boss in the game so far is my favorite fight in this entire game. It's so good. Oh, any of them? They're all too long, see? You just get one and I'll give it to you. Alright, I'll start with your beard. Love the neck tilt. Just ding. Neck tilt. Weave, weave. Stay still. Weave, weave, weave. I get it. You think I'm gonna go easy on you, huh? What the? So you want to get serious, do ya? And tell me first, can you hear it? Can you hear its song singing from the deep? Its song singing from the deep. In the Onion song talk about a song from the deep. She's ringing. Whoop. Of the Hammer of Justice. The Bell of Justice rings. Attack to show what you've got. You got moves, so what? Facing a hero, there isn't anything that's gonna stand in our way. At the end of this chapter, Susie can hear the song by the lake. Yeah, I wanted to get to that when it happened. Oh, the story goes, so the story goes. Bringing every story better with a little twist. Nothing feels off. I don't know if that's good or bad, though. It's up for debate. I've seen people completely nullify the fight by doing this in the later section. I'm not going to do that trick. I'm going to try to do it legit. His son comes back in the ocean and says, "Found a cool turtle guy." That'd be fucked up. He found hell? Or the afterlife? I guess he wouldn't go to hell, would he? Don't learn anything running away, you know? If you got guts, let's see how you deal facing everything head on. Chris, help me out. Last second blocks give you a little bit of TP. A little bit. As long as you're green, you can't run away. Unless your face danger head on. These bullets will do you in. Here's where he starts getting serious. Ooh. Did you ever hear that old tale? It's the old tale based upon the prophecy. Lord of the Hammer. I think I heard about it. What happens? Yeah, spinning does work on one attack, and it's a slow one you mostly get by not attacking. Love that, yeah. A little bounce back on the Rude Buster. Chapter 1, The March of the Dark King. Heroes defeat the king and stop the dragon. That line has me thinking stuff. Yep, and now... although, I saw one video of a guy who had, undying flashbacks in this fight, because the colorations on the, not current arrows are different, are the same as the coloration it had for, the arrows that were gonna flop around to the other side. So he ended up really cursing his muscle memory on that. I thankfully don't have... Ah, what? I totally pressed it, damn it. City to Shining. Heroes do battle in chariots to save the queen. To save the queen. Yeah, fuck. Yeah. Did technically stop a dragon, just had her join the party afterward, which probably didn't happen in Lord of the Hammer. Yeah. The Arrows of Northern Light. Heroes travel among the islands and catch a glimpse of a lost land. Traveling among the islands and a glimpse of a lost land is what happens on the game board, the second game board. Ah, damn it. I cannot keep up with how this thing bounces. Ah. Alright, not gonna keep root bustering when I'm this low on health. Trials of the Holy Hammer. Great Smith gives the heroes a terrible weapon. This attack is so difficult. Ow. Okay, heal. I defy the field of pink and gold. Vast garden is charred in an inferno of jealousy. Hand in hand with Lord of the Hammer just being a different interpretation of the prophecy and not a direct one-to-one. Goes in line with what Kirsten's entire point is. The story can change beyond the standard blueprint. Yeah, maybe he liked writing about the parts that were just kind of, not being brought up that much in the actual prophecy. What happens next? Who knows? You're only one more chapter. After that, it all stopped. Ah, damn it. Chapter 5 there. Maybe instead of garden being charred in Inferno of Jealousy, maybe it's frozen instead. I think that's literally just switching a word. I think it's going to be more creative than that. Next book, it never did get written. But I think charred in an Inferno of Jealousy is going to be something not as integral to the plot as other stuff. The story became so grand, so overwhelming. I'm saying it swallowed up the author himself. Damn it. Yeah. Ones who could write the next, the youth, the pen was lying there for them to pick up. Make the next page. They never did. Yeah. Missed me, old man. Asgore got fire attacks, yeah. That bit there. There only being 6 chapters because the author never finished the story after that. They're reflecting how the prophecy ends at chapter 6 because whoever made it didn't make anything after that. Maybe. Or maybe there was just no way to interpret the prophecy that Gerson liked for a chapter 7. You, my dear, I see a story lit up in your eyes, burning bright, burning black, burning up everything. The bell is ringing now. Seems we've reached the final rounds. Oh, how do you think it all ends? Oh, how do you want it to end? There's so many of them, I actually become blind to them as they go. And Carol will get involved in Chapter 5. She's really associated with cold, freeze Fire King a bit, and make it like Snowden. Yeah, we've talked about this. I could choose, I guess. I wouldn't have an ending. Just better if stuff just goes on forever, right? Yeah. Well, ain't that something? In this late hour with the bells ringing out their justice, you choose eternity. Where Susan's mindset will take her by the end of the story, who knows? But there is one thing that can override the dark. A white pen known as hope. This, I believe, is what you hold. Eh? Nah, Chris has the pen. We'll reflect on her would ultimately end up becoming a good thing. Oh, it was like a hairbrush or something. Yeah. Is that so? Is that so? Yep, now shut up and give me that axe. Yeah. He's so tricksy. If I look through this is my first time one-trying it. Yeah. I could have killed the fuck out of you, but I didn't. Damn. Alright, I figured it out. You wanna see what I got then? Take this. Ah, you missed it. And she actually pulls one over on Gerson there. And a bit of Susie saying Chris holds the pen. He means it literally with her weapon choice, but it's also symbolic of her still not thinking she's the main character of the story quite yet. Hey, she still thinks Chris is the real special one. Maybe. How's that, old man? I actually don't think Susie is thinking in those terms. Like, Susie really isn't thinking of what's going on with her as a story, in general. She kind of defies such narrative lines, like she doesn't even realize they're there. That was the most fun I ever had. Yeah, I used my healing just now. Yeah. Guess this is mine now, huh? Yeah, Susie is very literally saying I got a hairbrush. Meta-wise, from our perspective in the story, yeah, meta-wise, but that phrasing is... like, her not thinking she's the MC, she's not thinking in that term at all. I don't think that's even a concept she's entertaining right now. And take this too. For some reason I found this weird piece of glass in my desk. Like someone really wanted me to use this thing. It didn't interest me, so you can take it. Got a crystal added to your key items. For this, I was gonna give you it all if you beat me or not. But won't we actually put up quite a fight? Well, maybe you're losing your touch. Oh, far from it. I think that dialogue doesn't happen if you fight him more than once. You weren't truly fighting by yourself, were you? Huh? Now, that's a line that makes me think Gerson might know about me. Oh, you mean Chris, yeah. Because I kinda need their help to win. Yeah. Don't sell your own skill short either. There's something real special to yourself. You weren't bad either. Go enjoy that axe. Yeah. He thinks Chris is the special one, she's just helping them along, I mean. Maybe a little. Alright. Justice X has way more attack, but you gotta give up 4 magic. But at that much attack, it's probably worth it. Although, honestly, the Devil's Knife is kind of a better heal option for Susie, with that much magic on it. I'll be seeing you around now. Yeah, I guess we will. Why'd you help me so much? This also gets a new title after this fight. You didn't have to. Yeah. Reminded me a bit of someone I used to know. Oh. Here's a character from that old story. Lord of the Hammer, huh? Hell if I'm reading that. Oh, wait a sec. Rootbuster 40 TP in the Gerson fight? It is. Which, if you're really good at the Gerson fight, that means you can probably do it in fewer turns. Like, build up his thing even faster. Like, if you're really good at that fight, I think the Devil's Knife still lets you get all that. But if you're just kind of okay, I think the Toxic Axe is maybe a better option because it gives you that little bit of healing, which, with how little damage his attacks do at low health, it adds up. Isn't that what Dragon Blazers was based on? Yep, so they changed parts of the story. Or the biggest fans got mad, but isn't it interesting? Book was already just an interpretation of something else. Stories can be retold. They can be changed. That's what I believe. Words on a wall called you a hero. Whatever you end up being, I'm sure it'll be tremendous. One thing I wonder, if Gerson's little nod there of, I think changing it is interesting, I wonder if that's almost Toby giving a small nod to, hey, I appreciate you guys making all these interesting, like, AUs about my story. I think it's fun. I like to think that's Toby giving a little nod to that, and how it doesn't bother him. Maybe some of the porn bothers him, but he also knew it was coming, so I think he's at peace with that. Anyway, which Dragon Blazers character am I? Right. You are the dragon. That's what I was hoping. You would, wouldn't you, Suze? Acts of Justice. Faces fate with the blade. She got her better heal. Yeah, she now passively has the same magic bonus the Devil's Knife was getting before. So I suppose in that sense, this is still an upgrade. If you wanted her healing to really be at its best, you'd probably still want to use the Devil's Knife. It's still a really useful thing. I almost wonder if Devil's Tail is maybe a better thing in the long run for that. The Cursor's got some kind of strange power. Gave me the skeevy, so I didn't use it. Faces fate while Chris enforces fate. Yeah. Susie intends to move beyond it. She has some intention of altering fate, or possibly the power to do so, whereas Chris is still kind of locked in. And Ralsei's title, of course, names him as kind of a passive observer of it. Like, he's not doing anything to make fate happen. And I suppose that's actually a good way to segue into what I think the Knight and Chris's plan is. I think the Knight and Chris are trying to fulfill the prophecy. I think that is their actual, honest plan. I don't think they're trying to subvert it or alter it in any way. I think they know. Well, I think that the Knight is just fulfilling their role as the Knight, the antagonist, because that's what has to happen to make the world safe, to fix whatever's busted. The Knight's gotta be there, because that's what's gotta happen. More proof Chris hasn't had their arc yet. But yeah, of course Chris hasn't had their arc yet. They haven't had a line of dialogue yet. Examine my best, I found no princess here. Unless perhaps this pillar itself is the princess. Yes, the princess must be shy or sleeping. I'll wait. Ah, soldiers, brimming with youth, seek you to join the ranks of the captains? Heave-ho, together we shall stack in Crimson Tower to the savior of our princesses. Now then, get climbing. To the eaves! To the eaves! What? Can't you climb? Ah, neither can us all. Just some bravery will do. Just some bravery. The piano-like organ rests above, opening the way for those who play it. Fortunately, I lack the grip strength to reach such a place. Do you? I cannot grip, nor can I sip. Trouble is brewing for a man like me. Susie or I'll say Chris. Could be. Wingblade. Majestic sword with a white feathered hilt. Slightly increases money 1. Don't make me sneeze. That tickles. Oh wait, I wanted to see... Isn't Susie amazing? Yeah, Chris doesn't say anything. It does have a question marks ability, not no ability. Is a kingdom without king or prince. Flaky disciples lost in meaningless worship. Old scholars grayed by research forgotten. Fairies, princesses, soldiers. On the outskirts, ghasts, wild beasts of horror and sloth. And of course, a dark night. I shan't seek my fortune here, 'tis a doomed place. If you fancy me to join your court, I'll be but brimming with pleasure. Yeah, sure, why not? Chris talks and we get our boss fight against them. Gonna be the most annoying MFer ever. I'm not arguing against you doing this, so don't be annoying at me. Like, I'm with you on this. I don't understand why you feel the need so hard to push it on me. Princess, the water fairies wait for us in the high above. Climb we must. Yes, there's one down here too. But any good cop knows a princess's value is equal to their height. Groundbound princess is not worth washing your hands with. Hard disagree. That. Yeah. Embezzled an item. Stole Scar Elixir. Sip politely. Son of a bitch. That one was just fucking with me. Alright. Do it like this. Nothing to steal. Pacify. There. The Lane service has never gone on without me. Caca! I must be the most important of all. Caca! You're a little important. The fucking fire safety. The guy's a fire extinguisher. Not that that's not important. Like, not that that's not an important thing. The Queen's chariot cannot be stopped, nor can the King's. Real talk, that's definitely not what happened, but it's really funny. Honestly, that theory, Asgore having run over Deaths, actually kind of predates the Death's Knight theories entirely. It was funny, it got to come forward as a meme when that came, or, you know, I'ma get your fountain-making ass. I forget which one is progress. I remember this, though. The one without a grip under it has a grip somewhere else. Tension gem. Oh, come on, how does that count? Oh, this was I always forget. They both look like progress. Yeah, and I end up doing that every time. Yeah, these are this panels. Alright, the biggest jump. Secret to going the fastest. I keep bumping. Must not bump for my lady. Incredible climbing speed. Fastest time for the first lap is 6.9 seconds. Nice. Don't change it. Yeah, I fucked it up. There we go. You dare awaken milady from her peaceful slumber? If you shall press further, then we shall have no choice but to duel for her honor. On guard! Literally just stood there. Our lady! Able to push you back a little bit, just by sheer volume of them. What are you guys doing? You woke me up! I told you not to wake me up. What is this, the 5th time? I can't stand this place. Classic Toby Fox thing. Power Band. Not terribly useful. I guess you could put it on Chris, actually. If I want to do the slaying version of the Titan fight. Critical climbing speed. Your fastest time of the second lap is 11 seconds. We don't know the notes you gotta play, right? The answer's somewhere around here. Yeah, let's go look. Doesn't benefit me to fight missiles anymore. Yeah, I don't know why I fucking did that. I knew that was going to happen. I was woken up. Bezel an item. You failed. Makes toothpaste. Bezel an item. Go $100 dark dollars. Sip politely. It's probably more efficient to have... no, because I can't tire them all out all at once, so... What? I did not mean to defend with Ralsei. Am I still dreaming? Although that might open me up. Whoa! This is different. Okay. Embezzle. Failed, that's fine. Pacify. Oh, that piano thingy. Maybe the notes we gotta play are in a book? Could be. Hey guys, there's something weird about this one. Looks just like the one that the old man... Hey, look, it did something. Gerson did end up teaching her still. Yes, rather than following her, why don't we just close our eyes? Think about what she might be doing in there. Seems unnecessary. But, you know, Susie might want to be... It'd be nice if she had this chance to... Perhaps you just close them for a moment? Perhaps you just closed your eyes in general? Maybe we can think of someone else? Alright. Hey, Chris. I want you to think of something for me. Alcé starts ducking out. Close your eyes. The image of the night began to fade into your mind. The image changes. The helmet begins to come off. Suddenly you tried extremely hard to picture Jockington. That implies to me Chris knows who the knight is and is trying to hide it from me. Jockington is in a nest, and the soccer balls are his eggs. Timmy shows up and is mad that one of the soccer balls is... You realize you could just open your eyes. Chris, you little idiot. Hey, I got the music copied down, kinda. I do wish that wasn't exclusive to the Susie scene, but I wanted to see it. Might not be perfect, but, Rose, where the heck were you? I was, the puzzle solution. Let's just go. Nothing's blocking the doorway. It's a door. By God. Yeah, Chris, you little gender-neutral bastard. Yeah, there's way less of them now. Alright, Chris, with this, we got in the bag. Sheet music added to your key items. Alright, one moment. I did this a little bit before, but I want to see how many of them I can do. That's... Okay, doing this while holding the button is a bit tricky. Oh, right. Chris, maybe I could give it a try, I think Or I'll say, wait a sec. Hey, Susie realizing Ralsei causes more problems than he solves when he tries to jump in. No, you have to do it right that first time. Chris, today in church when you were asleep, your mom said you used to play good. I don't know why you're pretending you can't now. Maybe you're, like, embarrassed or something? I think Chris just... Here's the thing, this is proof that I'm not preventing Chris from doing it. Like, my presence. Chris is not doing it, I think, because I'm so close, and Chris wants this to be a very private thing. Like, you know. Like, Chris wouldn't even play the piano when Noelle was nearby. Chris, you should play. Thought about Susie's words and took a deep breath. Alright, Chris, do it. Hands begin to move on their own. The most animated Chris has been so far and possibly might ever be. Very subtle movements here. Wrote down the first page, you saw those three, you just said, screw it. Yeah. You can do it perfectly, but it'll fuck up on the last note anyways. Like, just so that scene has to happen. Some people will take it as Chris doing it themselves, but I don't know. I just thought that was cool. Should, play more. Seriously, you're an idiot if you quit playing. Izzy's nice, isn't she, Chris? Alright, Chris, let me do some. Trying to do this one before. Yeah, I fucked it up right there. This is really difficult on a controller. Son of a... Ah, what a pretty melody. It's like a lullaby. Yeah, you would recognize it, wouldn't you, Ralsei? That is Asriel's theme from Undertale. Next one... Ah, that song sounds so friendly and sweet. Yeah, you'd react to it, wouldn't ya? That's your best friend, Flowey's theme from Undertale. Alright, let's think I can do this one. It's a bit longer. That was the annoying dog. Their dog song. That melody's a little... annoying. I wouldn't say that. Duh, you wouldn't. Alright. Son of a... It's harder than it looks to get the direction correct. Oh. That was the legend. What, you gonna serenade Ralsei with that one? So, man. Ooh, this one's real long. Can I? I'll try. That was Don't Forget. When the light is running low, and the shadows start to grow, and the places that you know feel like fantasy. Susie? Nothing, just thought it was a kind of cool song. Why does Susie recognize it is the question. Well, your best nightmare? I'll get to that. These are in an order. I don't know what order I put this shit in, but... I also can't really read chat while I'm reading them. That one's kind of nice. Lost Girl. Wonder if I could learn it on guitar. Which plays for both Noelle and Susie, actually, so it's kind of fitting Susie's into it. Interesting how Susie has a relation to it. Yeah. Alright, it's time for a less serious one with no lore implications. Oh, that's Mr. Rules' theme. So that's... diegetic? More like theme of him getting his ass kicked. Yeah. Yep, that was, Justice Motif. Hell yeah, that's majestic. Guess the old man would enjoy that one. There we go. Next let's do... That was Heartache. Motif for Toriel's boss fight in Undertale. I think that motif is also in Bergentruck? How emotional. You should play that for your mom. You know, she hasn't heard you play in a while. Okay, here's, rolls. Here's one that's, I'm actually gonna see if any of you can recognize it by ear. I doubt I can get it correct, but see if you can tell what this is. I fucked it up immediately. Dude, stop messing around. So, guesses as to what that was. You know, used to be married. Yeah, of course. It's an homage to a very famous theory, I believe. I bet most of you didn't guess first time hearing it. Chopsticks, you can never forget it. That was not Chopsticks. That was Friend in Me. That was You've Got a Friend in Me. Fucking... Chopsticks is next on the list, though, is the funny part. Friend Inside Me. Yep. So, put that in as a little gag about it. That was Chopsticks. That one I actually can kind of recognize by ear a bit, if I'd done it right, because I did... Chopsticks is what you're supposed to, like, learn the piano on. Dude, stop messing around. Got Epitaph. I don't know what that means. I don't know why the hell this one's in it, but I'll play it anyways. Dude, stop messing around. It's Heart and Soul by Hoagie Carmichael. That might be another, like, just classic piano song. I don't know that one. Like, I've heard Chopsticks, because I've mentioned, you know, like, King Crimson. Oh, like, the band. Right. I guess, but, like I said, I'm not playing these on beat. I kind of can do it by ear a little bit. Family Guy. Oh, yeah! That's what they're playing in Family Guy, isn't it? Like, in the opening. Okay, here's a short and simple one. Also, this is the same sound font as Undertale, so it's a lot easier to tell with the Undertale ones. And that song sounds like crap. Once Upon a Time from Undertale. You know, a little self-deprecating humor from Toby. Like I heard that one. Eh? Yeah, that's right. Ralsei was humming it earlier. Oh, was I? Sorry. Actually, that makes me wonder if only Ralsei can hear the theme music. Jojo, that's what you mean by Epitaph. I assumed, yeah. Ralsei hear the theme music, but most of the others can't. Alright, here's an easy one. First 4 notes of Megalovania, and then Toby hits you with a car. And then it breaks if you try to do it again. It's pretty great. I think that's all of them. I could also try my hand at playing the actual sheet music. Yeah, it doesn't do anything here, but you can try to play it. Chris also plays songs on the piano in Noelle's house, so assume Chris can hear the background music somehow as well. Yeah, it's Rolse who brought it up first. It's interesting to me. Anyway, that's all the little secret songs if you're interested. Would have been cool if they had one for the Knights theme, but that probably would have been too on the nose or bring up too many questions. Yeah. Need a lift? Yeah. All aboard! Meow. And, I think that's where we're gonna stop for tonight. Might be able to finish up next time, depending on how much yapping I can actually do in this chapter, because I feel like I'm almost yapped out. I'm tapped out on yapping out. Like, Chris, why'd you play... why do you play sound so frustrating? Yeah. So, I'm gonna stop the recording for YouTube here. This will have to be 2 videos because of my power cutting out an hour into the first one. Thank you so much for coming if you came. If you didn't come, you don't get a thank you. Bye-bye, YouTube.